story of Texas music begins just prior to the turn of the 20th century. At the time, people in Texas were listening to three different types of music. They listened to classical music like Beethoven and Bach. They listened to popular music like countdown races and the old Swanee River. Finally, there was gospel music that people listened to and sung in church on Sundays. The first music to originate from Texas were the early cowboy songs. During the late 1800s in Texas, driving cattle was the primary occupation. Now there was little to do in camp at night except play cards and play music. Soon the young cowboys were singing songs about their experiences out on the trail. Songs like Home on the Range and Get Along Little Doggies and Don't Fence Me In were quite popular in the saloons and dance halls in Texas at the turn of the century. One of the most popular songs to come out of this era was a song called The Cowboy's Lament, or later on more popularly known as The Streets of Laredo. The song was written by a young cowboy named Frank Maynard. Although born in Iowa, Maynard always dreamed of being a cowboy and moved to Texas as a young man where he got a job driving cattle. The song that he wrote was an adaptation from an 18th century English ballad that he had heard as a child. That song, In an Unfortunate Lad, was about a young man living in sin until contracting a social disease from which he later dies from. Maynard kept the melody but changed the words to a young cowboy who had been shot and now lay dying in the streets of Laredo, Texas. The song was immensely popular over the years and was recorded by a host of modern-day artists. That list includes Burl Ives, Joan Baez, Chet Atkins, and Johnny Cash, to name a few. Most recently, the song was also used as the title track in Larry McMurtry's Western movie epic, The Streets of Laredo. I learned to sing the song when I was in the 4th grade. I sang the song solo during a school music program on Texas Music. 45 years later, and I'm still singing the song. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out into Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all wrapped in white linen, all wrapped in white linen, as cold as the clay. I see by your outfit that you are a cowboy. He said this to me as I boldly walked by. Come stand here beside me and hear my sad story, for I'm shot in the chest and I know I must die. It was once in the saddle I used to go dashing. It was once in the saddle I used to go gay. But I went to the whorehouse and then to the card house, got shot in the chest and I'm dying today. So get 6 young cowboys to carry my coffin, get 6 lovely maidens to carry my pall. Take me down to Green River and lay sod there o'er me, for I am a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. So beat the drum lowly and play the fife slowly, play the death march as you carry me along. Take me to Green River and throw clods upon me, to soften the clods as they fall on my grave. So we beat the drum slowly and played the fife lowly. We played the death march as we carried him along, down to the Green River and lay sod there o'er him, for he was a young cowboy and he knows he's done